Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this, chances are you've applied for dozens of jobs, maybe even hundreds, maybe even thousands, and heard nothing back. No rejections, no interviews, just silence. It's not because you're unqualified, it's because the bots never let your resume through. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to beat the AI filters that stand between your application and an actual human being. We'll talk about what those filters are, what they're looking for, and how to reshape your resume so it gets seen and gets serious consideration. Let's cut through the noise. So let's begin with the emotional reality. If you're feeling demoralized, you're not alone. I work with highly capable professionals every day, directors, VPs, people who've led teams, driven revenue, launched products, and yet they're still stuck. They're applying to jobs they're perfect for, and still they're getting ghosted. And after a while, it starts to feel personal. But here's the truth. It's not you, it's the system. More specifically, it's the software between you and the hiring manager. So let's talk now about what the bots are really doing. Let's try and demystify this. When you apply online, your resume is often screened by an applicant tracking system or an ATS. Over 95% of Fortune 500 companies use one. And even smaller companies increasingly rely on AI-based tools to rank, filter, and reject candidates before a human ever sees the file. These tools are trained to do three main things. Number one, scan for keywords, so specific terms that match the job description, to rank relevance, so based on keyword density, context, and recency. And thirdly, to filter out noise, so based on formatting, missing information, or even file type errors. So what does that mean? Well, you could have 20 years of experience in the right field and still get rejected because you used the words budget oversight instead of P&L ownership. That's how literal these systems are. I'd like also to talk about some common misconceptions that exist out there. So let's try and tackle the most common myths I hear from clients and why they're wrong. One person may say, I use ChatGPT to rewrite my resume, so it's already optimized. Well, not necessarily. AI written resumes often sound generic. The ATS doesn't care about polish, it cares about match. You need keywords that directly reflect the job spec. Another common misconception, I put all the keywords at the bottom in white font. Don't do that. Modern ATSs flag that as spam, and you could be blacklisted in the worst case. Another common misconception might be, I have one universal resume I use for everything. Well, that's the fastest route to the bin. You must tailor your resume for each application. Yes, it's more work, but this is about penetrating a wall of algorithms. Fancy designs look professional, maybe to humans, but many ATS systems can't read columns, text boxes, or graphics. So if you built your CV in Canva or downloaded a visual template, that could be why it's being rejected. So what I'd like to do now is maybe talk about some real life examples before and after. So one real world client transformation, we can call her Natalie, a senior marketing leader in pharmaceuticals, targeting a global strategy role. So Natalie's original bullet point said, managed marketing activities for oncology pipeline and collaborated with global teams. Now that looks fine, right? But here's how we rewrote it based on the job spec. Point number one, led global go-to-market strategy for 3 oncology indications, partnered with cross-regional teams across APAC, EMEA, and North America, achieved 28% market share growth within 12 months. Now you notice 3 things in that. Specific impact metrics, keywords from the job spec, so go-to-market, global, cross-regional, and also an active voice that shows ownership, not participation. That single edit moved her from invisible to shortlisted, and she eventually got the offer. So it was a real success story. So how does that apply to you, and how do you optimize your resume? What should you do? Well, here's an action list to start with. Mirror the job description. So pull out the top 10 keywords, hard skills, certifications, tools, or outcomes. Integrate them naturally into your bullet points. Use plain formatting. So stick to Word or PDF. No tables, no columns. Use bold for section titles only. Also, front load your value. So it's very important to mention that the top third of your resume is prime real estate. Use a summary that clearly outlines your title, industry experience, and measurable wins. Also, quantify everything. AI and recruiters love numbers. Instead of responsible for, say, delivered X result in Y timeframe. You must tailor for each role. So use one master resume by all means, but clone it for each application. Tweak the headline, keywords, and top bullet points based on what that role values most. And if you're not sure whether your resume is being read, track it. Tools like JobScan or Teal can give you some insight, but nothing beats a trained human reviewing it with the ATS in mind. So in summary, if you're stuck, if you've done all the right things but still aren't landing interviews, don't just tweak your font, let's go deeper. Sometimes it takes an outside perspective to see what the bots are missing. I offer a free 20-minute consultation to help professionals like you spot blind spots in your resume, LinkedIn, or overall strategy. If you'd like a fresh pair of eyes and a tailored human-to-human roadmap, you'll find the link in the description below. Book a free clarity call, head over to augustjaeger.com, and let's have a conversation to see where we can help. I would also ask that if you found today's video useful and do enjoy my wider content, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to my channel. This will help spread the good word far and wide. Thanks for watching. I wish you continued success.